It's not that you're there as my partner to help me regulate, but essentially we are each other's safe place. You don't rely on me to manage your emotions, but you need to feel safe. Where does that go? Where's the mental load going? Hello, lovers of love and light. Welcome back to my channel. We are watching Love is Blind. I want to give you an in-depth reaction and review. All right, let's watch.
My nana was called Mary.
Stop, I'm gonna cry.
Isn't that crazy? What's your granddad called?
Bill.
Do you know what my granddad was called? Bill.
I'm a bit confused. Why is she crying? Why am I so distant from her? I think in my notes I wrote down that I felt like she was acting, but watching it again, is it strange? It's not strange. It's she has been adopted. Maybe she's just looking for family. I don't know how her adopted family was. I wonder what it is that makes her so soppy, so quick to cry. I know some people can naturally be that way, just to wear their hearts on their sleeves, but that usually would come from somewhere. At least that's what psychology says. But thinking astrologically, what lessons are you here to learn in life? She said she had a connection with Ollie, but she still has Freddie at the back of her mind. She seems to be attracted to Ollie more on a sexual level. Maybe she feels at the moment that this connection is stronger with Ollie because of that, and maybe that because she's so used to connecting sexually. And Freddie's at the back of her mind talking about family and something a little bit more closer to home that makes her cry. Something about family makes her cry. Maybe that's what she wants. That's where her pain is. That's where she wants that softness, that vulnerability. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I haven't got much to say about these people. All of it seems light. Both connections that she has with the two of them.
But Ollie's got my head confused.
Behind closed doors, I'm very affectionate, I'm very hands-on. Like, I won't really walk past you without grabbing your waist or like putting you in for a cuddle, putting you in for a kiss. That's
Oh my
just
God,
how
stop.
Yes, Ollie, that's cute and all, but that's not all that makes a relationship. This is your second date. Yes, that's fine. Get those things out of the way, fine. But where's the depth, right? You holding me in the kitchen is not going to keep my emotions safe or healthy. It's not going to help me regulate my emotions. Not that you're there as my partner to help me regulate, but essentially we are each other's safe place. You don't rely on me to manage your emotions, but you need to feel safe. Where does that go? Where's the mental load going? Or is that how you process your emotions through physical touch, which is a thing? Gary Chapman wrote a book about the 5 love languages. Maybe he's a touchy-feely guy. It could be that. What else is there? Is it just, physical touch? What else makes you, Ollie? What else makes the relationship healthy and strong for you? What is the foundation?
This is not a boy, like, this is a man. And I can't see him, but he's sexy.
Why did she say that? This is a man. Because she's going to hold you while you're in the kitchen? Girl, seriously. Oh dear.
We can go for sexy loungewear.
I'm in a sticky predicament between Demi and Cath. I feel like Catherine's presenting a very sexual, seductress image, but I'm keen not to base it solely on that because I've realized that doesn't always lead me to the right girl.
But what's also interesting is that you are not going any deeper with Cath. You're just talking about sexual things and fantasizing on what you're going to wear in bed or whatever. So do you really want to go deep, Ollie? Do you really want to go deep? You do seem to be going deep with Demi, but why is it that you're not allowing yourself to go deeper with Cath? That's the question here. Curious, wondering.
Hello.
I'm so happy it is you.
Demi's still playing it a little bit more cool, but like straight away there was a vibe, there was an energy there. So they're both causing problems in my mind.
Demi is still playing a little bit more cool. I wonder if that's saying, well, I'm a man and, okay, let me not be misogynistic, sexist, Is there something about the chase? Do you want to chase? Do you like the chase? Do you like that she's keeping it cool and keeping you on your toes, whilst Kathy is more upfront with the sexual side of things? Do you want Demi to be talking more sexually? Which is that what I wonder if that's what it is. Do you know what I mean? Is that where, how is she keeping it cool? What are you bringing, Ollie? These relationships for Ollie seem to be evolving at a very slow pace. You know, I'm picturing what people might be doing on Tinder or Plenty of Fish or whatever, where they're just chatting and waiting for somebody else to say something or waiting for people to bring something of substance. So it kind of feels like you're watching a real life online dating, you know, which I guess it is online dating because I'm watching on my computer. But yeah, I wonder what you are bringing, Ollie, and if you are attracted to the coolness of Demi's coolness and that's making you want to chase more. But what are you chasing? To what degree, to what depth do you want to go? This is Love is Blind, and you're going to be married at the end of this show.
Like, I'm feeling really, like, rubbish. I'm being a bit snappy. How would you handle that? Like,
I'll do whatever I need to do to bring you out of it. Some people need space. You don't strike me as someone that needs space. You strike me as someone that needs cuddles and forehead kisses.
What you should be asking, Ollie, is that I would want to know what helps you. But yeah, he's using his intuition of what he knows a little bit of her now, that, you know, she seems to be somebody who doesn't need space, so I would cuddle you. And that's fine too, that works. But then would have been even more effective if he'd said, what would you like? You know, how do you want you to be cared for? But also at the same time, one thing I didn't like hearing was to get you out of it. We have to be careful that we do not try to get people out of their own processes of emotional difficulty, because that could lead us into a very murky zone of where you end up becoming the rescuer or the savior, and there's an imbalance in the relationship. You want an equal relationship. That's always what I'm sort of striving for. But yes, we have different roles in terms of how we do things in the home. And maybe one person might have a different kind of a emotional role as well, mental emotional role, in the sense that maybe somebody might be good with processing quickly. That person takes that lead there. But at the same time, the person who doesn't process that well, you don't want to end up relying on the other person. What happens if the relationship dismantles? Are you going to be able to do life on your own? And I'm thinking about people that are married, you know, people end up breaking up, and then the woman or the man ends up not knowing what to do with life because they dependent solely on their partner for this one particular thing, which is maybe a major life function, and people struggle. So I'm looking for that balance. But yeah, if the roles are defined well and we are working to improve ourselves, in the things that we lack, so that we can actually function when our partners are not there, much like how Steve and Sabrina were talking. I'm content in who I am, and you are as well, but we can hold a space for each other and help. You know, there's nothing wrong with doing stuff for someone, because that's what makes the relationship stronger and durable. At least that's what I believe in my relationship. Some people do like the distance and they don't like to get involved in what I've seen relationships where people are just emotionally, when they're experiencing difficult emotional times, they go their separate ways and then reconvene after a day or 10 minutes or, you know, that sort of stuff. But I feel like there needs to be a healthy balance of conflict resolution and healthy balance of life functions and awareness. Each person needs to be aware of how they are and how they process, and then they come together to live life, but without fully being dependent on each other.
before, I would say, like, I need space, but I don't. I need reassurance.
You can sometimes have space while someone is still really close. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like,
Because
we don't have to talk, but you can hold me.
100%.
Reassurance could also be talking. It could also be holding, as she said, embracing. But I wonder what it means for her, though. In the past, she would have not needed that. She would have needed space. That maybe speaks to some avoidance there. And now maybe she's looking to connect more. And that's why she wants closeness, to attach in a healthy, hopefully in a healthy way, not in a preoccupied way. Has she moved from avoidant attachment to secure, where she knows I do want to be held? I do want to get close. I do want to be reassured. But the thing about secure attachment, though, is that doesn't mean that these people are perfect and they're all good. They never need reassurance. You do. There's an awareness that you may need, you can ask for your needs, but that person is not there to always meet your needs. You can ask for help in some ways, but you can come out yourself and reassure yourself when you've managed to come out of that sort of difficult time. It sounds like she's moved from being avoidant and keeping space. Can a secure person need space when they are having a difficult time? Yeah, absolutely, they can. But it's in the way they communicate it with the other person. Being secure for me is about being able to be aware of your own needs in the moment, even when you're struggling, and be able to ask in a healthy way for those needs to be met by someone else if you can't meet them yourself in that moment. But all the while being aware that you are asking someone else that's not you, and therefore you cannot be fully dependent on them, if that makes sense.
So I don't want to be too open or vulnerable where my heart is.
So where's your heart at?
Like here.
Okay. Right now, I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, that's sad and disappointing. That's not what she wanted to hear. But I wonder if that speaks to the level of depth they've gone to. Depths they've gone to. I don't think they've gone to where... Yeah, I don't think Ollie has gone to that depth. They haven't been vulnerable. She could have said something like, look, I'm connecting with you. I really like how we talk, and I feel there's a connection brewing, and I want to be vulnerable with you. But I'm a little bit scared to do that. But then he was quick to say, but where's your heart then? That's not what you should be asking. You should be asking, well, that's fine. My heart is here, right? She answered then, my heart is here. Then he took a step back because he's not ready for that. He hasn't connected with that yet. He says, well, I'm not ready to give 100%, because you have not given 100% of your vulnerability in this space, in this relationship, or even the other one. You're connecting from a superficial level, Ollie. You're making her chase you. You're coming across really cool, and you're connecting and bantering, and she's asking questions and you're answering them in the right way, and she's thinking, oh, I'm being heard and this is the guy. You're not, you both are not connecting, and it's sad. It's hard to see a heartbreak like this. She's heartbroken. It's a mini one, but it's heartbreaking. That's probably validating the things that she tells herself, that she's not worthy of love. Her avoidance, it's validating that. I'm right in avoiding. I'm right in running away. But we will see her evolve a little bit in the way that she goes out and gets what she wants. But I wish that she would be more vulnerable. I don't know how she ends up being vulnerable. I have taken notes and I don't remember now. But yeah, we're gonna have to see. But she has to be more vulnerable in order to get what she wants. She has to put herself out there. And she did try by saying, I'm afraid. That's good. But then saying that to the person who's not ready to connect with that side of himself and fear that he has inside, he's only gonna ask questions that validates his ego. Like, where's your heart then? He knows that her heart is here. I mean, it's very clear in the way they're talking. He's not going to tap into the fear side of things. He's not making it feel safe for him. And that is vulnerability, making it feel safe. I am afraid to let my heart be seen here. You'd hope that he would go like, well, I'm listening. I'm here. I want to hear your heart. I want to know your heart. That's why you're talking to each other through a wall, because you don't want to see each other. You want to talk to the emotions and the mental. Anyway, it's making me a little bit angry. I'm being triggered. I don't know if you guys are being triggered by this, because it's sad. It's sad because you'd want people to hold space for you and to make you feel safe, because at least I do. I do that for them, and that's nice. It's nice to have. It's healthy. I like health. I like health. Be healthy. Yeah.
I know what I want, but I'm not 100% sure who that is. And I'm being real with you when I say that. And that's with you. I feel like we've got a combination of all of the things that I'm looking for. But if I'm being honest, I'm still kind of giving the other girl a chance.
Which is fine. It's early days. But I think it's because he's not choosing. He's not mentally and emotionally connecting with the part of himself that wants to connect with someone. This is why he's so confused. If you look at Steve and Sabrina, they decided, yes, we didn't see other dates. I wish they would have, because then hopefully we would have seen that decision process happen. That, one of them or Steve deciding, I am going to go with this because it's holding all of the qualities that I'm looking for in a marriage. Well, actually, Jazz and Bobby and Sam, yeah, that seems to be what that's the example I'm trying to give. I think Jazz is beginning to make decisions that go towards what she really wants, more vulnerability, and Sam is not giving her that. Ollie has not made that decision yet. Ollie has not decided who he wants to be here and what he's looking for. He's saying, I see all the qualities in you, but I'm still talking to the other girl. Does she also have those qualities? Are they even, Ollie?
I'm feeling an element of guilt in talking to Kat the way I'm talking to her, and then talking to Demi the way I'm talking to her, because I don't want to be leading either one of them on. And so it's about trying to manage that in the best way I can. And I don't know that I can, because I've never done this before, but we're trying.
I think you're leading yourself on, mate. This kind of reminds me of the culture in online dating, where there's always going to be more. And I think that's the mentality he's brought here, of this sort of, there's more people I can talk to. Oh, in this case, there's two that we're being shown that he's connected to. There's two women. So he's just trying to get to perfection with one of them. But that will never come, to start with, perfection. To get to a place where you're actually connecting with somebody on a real level, you have to be vulnerable, Ali. And you are leading them on. You're leading yourself on. You're leading everybody on. It's a big mess.
Do you have a connection with Ollie?
We have a good day, like, we're cool. But I know that you're very much involved, and he's probably very much involved with you.
But I would just hate for him to be lying to me. If there's a deep connection, then just tell me.
Yeah, I will. But I need time.
See, I think this is exactly what I just explained, that superficiality. Everybody's keeping very shallow and not really expressing their feelings and going for what they want. In that date, there's that superficiality. It's not deep, it's not vulnerable, and that probably makes her think, I would think, well, maybe he's having a deeper connection with someone else, because our conversations are quite light. But you both have to go there. You have to say, look, we are talking about very light things here. Can we go a little bit deeper? Do you know what I mean? To actually build a connection. So, and these girls are trying to keep the cards closer to the chest, especially, what's her name, Demi. Yeah. I feel for them. I feel sorry.
I find it very hard to put myself first, because I'm a people pleaser, and it sucks. I'm not here to hurt my friends, but I'm also not here to sacrifice my connection. It's time for me to put myself first.
I wonder if she's working with a therapist or working on herself about, working on that people pleasing and where that comes from. And it can be hard when you want to come away from that and start doing what you want to do and thinking about yourself, and it can feel selfish. So I really do empathize with that. It can feel very foreign to you, because why do people please anyway? Because they were either brought up that way, that you do everything for me, as a mum or dad, your mum or dad, or whoever was your caretaker, or the environment that we live in. I mean, even educational system, we have to be good people to others, right? The way we're brought up in society, we have to have good morals, which means that you have to, give. Receiving is kind of seen as selfish and being shunned upon, or you're needy, you have to make lots of money so you can give to the poor, or but you can't receive if you're working sort of a normal job. You have to be self-reliant, right? So that's the society we live in. So there's that, but then there's also maybe where she comes from and how she's been brought up to be a people pleaser, and therefore she doesn't feel she's worthy of any great gains of love or anything. That's sad. I wonder what it is for her, where that people pleasing comes from.
I think Demi has a strong connection with Ollie. I really do. Do I see them on the outside world together? No.
I don't want to get in. My mouth gets me in trouble.
I know that people are probably going to think, oh my God, she's so egotistic, she's full of herself. And it could be, when she says that, I don't see them outside together. Is she talking about her weight? Is she talking about her looks? Is she picturing how Ollie might be looking? Because he said Ollie's a man, right? A real man's man. Have they talked about their looks in the pod? We don't know. Maybe they cut it out. Is she just judging her, for how she looks and how she is and how she comes across? Well, that's not cool, Catherine. But that also speaks to her, though. That speaks to her. We could be mad about it, but that speaks to her own internal growth, what she needs to work on in order to connect more deeply. How much of Ollie does she know now in relation to Demi? Does she know Demi very well to know that they are not going to work? In what capacity, on what level, on what capacity does she think they're not going to work out in the real world? Does she know these people's hearts? Does she know who they are? They literally just met 3 days ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, where does that come from? I mean, says somebody who just met them and just talking about them through the TV. At least I am watching a TV show and reacting and reviewing what I'm being presented and using some of my life skills and training, But I'm not judging, and it sounds like I'm digging myself into a hole. But all I'm saying is that does she know them enough to say that? Where inside of her is that judgment or that viewpoint? Where is that coming from? Or is it just coming from her competitive nature? Like, I want to win. Could it also be microaggression? Who knows? I guess we're going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed this review. I am doing them quite slow, so bear with me as we just go along and trot along. Leave a comment down below if you think I'm way off. I do not know these people. I'm just looking at a TV show that's being edited and speaking my mind. I do enjoy doing this because I love love and I love relationships. I love helping people work on healthy relationships. Also, guys, I am trying to grow my channel. Please consider subscribing and helping me grow, because I want to keep doing some more videos like this. I'll be very, very forever grateful if you did subscribe. Thank you. Like and share as well. And I will see you in my next review. Love and light to you. Mwah. Bye.